Hello everybody, my name is Tigervan, and I'm back with the series for Minimon. Now, I posted this game, my very first video, in the Steam's forum section. You know, just making sure people knew I was doing this, and apparently nobody was doing a Steam version Let's Play of this. So, the developers asked me to look for the bugs and all that stuff, which, honestly, I don't mind. There's a fair amount of stuff that I will touch on, but I'm glad the music is back. First off, first thing that I've noticed after my playthrough for my last episode was that it said there was 6 years going into the past, and then there was like 2 years missing after I got to the training place. I don't know what that was about. I don't understand why 2 years went missing. And my character changed, and they said I had to pick a class. Like, why do I have to pick a class to be trained? I just don't understand what that has to do with the story or why a class would be beneficial to anyone. Why not just stay human? I mean, like, maybe add a couple of story things or add those 2 years to explain each one, to be honest. But honestly, that's just me. I don't know if I missed something on accident or not. By the way, look on their bottom right. My face is right there. Now, if you want me to change it, I will. But I'm not going to right now. Plus, it seems like they're missing animations, like, for the attacks. Oh, and also make it optional to turn on or off the attack animations. There is one thing that kind of annoyed me, is that when Burscore got evolved from that little other thing, there was no congratulation music. Now, I did have my music sub, so I don't know if there was any. Plus, there was no animation for it. Like, hold on, let me finish this battle and I'll explain what I mean. Mm, charge ray. Um. Okay, one thing that kind of annoyed me was why was there not a story between years, I guess, the second and last 2 years? How come the why the class picks were needed or desired, I guess would be the better term? Or how come you didn't have the chance to switch or not Pokemon? I'm sorry, guys. It's not Pokemon. I know that. I understand that. It just slipped out, honestly. Okay, whenever you first have a ranch, your home ranch, then you have the deed ranch, where you go to another place to switch your monsters. Then you can't access those monsters until you complete those first 6 years of the, what was it, the tutorial? What's supposed to be? What's the point of that? Don't you already have a ranch? I just didn't understand, like, what was the significance of it? Um, Also, there seemed to be quite a fair amount of... Okay, this brings up another point. I've noticed that there is a inns or healing stations, whatever you guys want to call them, but here they're inns, scattered in every town, every abstract place like this. Now, on the map, on this mini map up here, it looks like an item store, and that's obviously someone that you fight. But this item store looks just like every other item store. Customize each of the shops, guys. I'm not saying make it like another person's. I'm not saying make it like this or whatever. Just say put like inn or healing station or something like that. Just because if you have a SS token place and a healing station within the same building, you're not going to know that one's a healing station or an inn and the other place is just a token spot. I mean, that's just me. In the Sandtown, I had to go back to Shiba or whatever that place is called and heal my team because I didn't know there was one in the Sandtown. Now, my next concern would be with the whole battle system. I'm not sure what the point... I understand to a point why you have your character fight at first. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that, but if you're past the tutorial system and you have a team, why not have the option, if it's, say, a 1v1, like the one I just did, put at the very beginning and say, do you want to switch out now for a monster? That way you can give experience points to another monster that isn't your own character and make him be way overpowered. So you can't fight and capture with that person and have to waste the time to switch out. I mean, I find that a little bit pointless and kind of a waste of a turn. Now, to be fair, and to be honest, guys, I will be referencing other games like Pokemon Golden Sun, Heck, even Super Mario RPG, just to show examples of what I am talking about and see how they made it unique to them, to their games. Am I saying copy those games? Frick no. Frick no. Um, okay, again, there's no battle music right here. It started out great with the music, which I couldn't talk through, which is my problem. I understand that, but if it becomes an issue, this game uh isn't gonna have players. I mean, yeah, they could go on YouTube and play games, but or not play games, play music, which is what I sometimes do. But my question would be, why? Why? You should have decent music playing here too. I mean, if you look at the other games, at every other um I don't know, like every other game, their music is fixed. Or at the very least it's more how can I phrase it? Stable, I guess. Look, I'm not trying to be harsh to this game at all. I'm just trying to help you out, like you guys asked. But the one thing that really kind of irked me at the beginning was the deed versus I guess the deed versus where you can gear monsters. Because if you're not happy, or if you feel like you're screwed with the monsters that you have at the beginning, so I kind of felt like I did a little bit. You're kind of stuck with those monsters until you get that deed to a ranch that you supposedly already have. Plus, I don't know if this is I don't know if these graphics are the way you guys want it. If so, great. But look at Final Fantasy VII from the original PlayStation. I mean, they have those walking animations down polished. The walking animations too. Um, I mean, it just looks, I guess looks clunky would be the best way to put it, to be honest. Um, Plus, if you notice the way they were moving, like right here, just clunky, I guess, would be the best term. Now, for 2v2s and 3v3s like this, I don't mind if your character starts out, but I don't know what. My question to you guys would be: would you guys honestly want your main monster or main character to just start out without having the option of your other characters coming out? To be honest, I wouldn't. I mean, I would want my monsters to be stronger. My other question would be, what incentive do I have, or what's the point of capturing a lot more monsters if there's, like, say, nothing to fill? Like a monster book or anything like that. Because, okay, let's look at Pokemon. In Pokemon, you still have the option of filling the Pokédex. Which, okay, you see the Pokemon, but then you have to capture the Pokemon to get the data for that Pokemon, right? But in here, all you have to do is just encounter them. I mean, there's nothing in the beginning saying just encounter monsters and you get their story. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like that idea. But I mean, I'm still pretty new at this. I'll be honest, I'm still pretty new at this. So I don't know if you guys have anything in store or anything like in the future game, or future of this, I should say. But I don't get it. Because in most other games where you have to capture monsters, there's usually something at the very end. Like, say, I don't know, some games have, like, great swords, or some games have, like, ultimate capturing device, or an ultimate skill that only certain, I guess, only your highest level monsters or Pokemon or whatever can learn. But I think the next best thing would be Monster Rancher. You have to breed monsters to get new monsters. And if you encounter monsters from the tournaments, from the older games, you're not going to get the information of those monsters, as far as I remember. Just saying, guys. Now, I did notice that a lot of these characters only have 2 stages. Only about, seemingly about 25 or 30 only have like 3 stages. Some Minimon could use a 3rd stage because a lot of them don't really evolve until fairly late, which can be annoying because if you're having a level 20 some fighting a level 30 and they're already like leveled up. Now I know that's not true for everything here, but come on, think about it. Wouldn't that still be annoying? I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I am not saying you should stop doing what this is. But what I am saying is if you're going to release more monsters, maybe have more 3-stage. Again, I am not saying change the monsters you have now. I'm not saying any of that. Okay, let's look here. Okay, the autumn spawning season can be seen swimming powerfully up rivers. Creeks in this. Okay, so apparently there is some kind of incentive, but what's the point of the point system right here? I don't understand the point system. It wasn't explained at the beginning. It wasn't said in any way. I mean, do the points count toward your monster level? Does it count toward what? I mean, it's just little stuff like that that can really make someone scratch their heads and want a refund for the game. Like I said in previous episodes, the concept is here. The gameplay is decent, and I think the game just crashed on me. Either that or it's not showing up anything, which really is a problem, to be honest, because I couldn't save whatsoever. That's definitely something that needs to be fixed. But, oh, okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, so my cat is trying to get to my milk. No, kitty. Yeah, the little mascot's trying to get to my milk. Sorry, girl. Anyway, I'm going. You can jump. I'm not saying these graphics are bad, but they could use maybe a slight polishing just around the edges. I mean, again, I'm really not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're awful. Just maybe a slight polishing would do this well. I mean, think of it like this: a ruby is still a ruby, right? But if it's still in the dirt, still in the rock, you're not going to see the full beautiful thing of the ruby. And chances are this is the same way with a lot of people. I mean, honestly, that's how I like to look at this. Oh, by the way, I love the cameo from The Kids Next Door, number 2. Love it. Maybe add a couple of more I guess cameo things. Okay, first off, let me ask this: what are S tokens? Those are what I was talking about earlier. I mean, you guys can probably tell me what the S tokens are for, but they really should have been explained somewhere within the 6 years. And my question with that is, how come my monsters can grow up like 1 or 2 levels each year, at least? I mean, think about it. You're on a farm, chances are you're going to work on the farm, and how come they didn't grow, like, say, maybe 1 or 2 levels? Was there a particular reason outside of progressing the story, or progressing the way it looked, or what? I just legitly do not understand. I don't know if it's me or what. But right now, those are really the biggest things that I'm having issues with. Another question is, how come my character fights in the battles, but the enemies don't? What's the purpose of that? I mean, isn't that kind of unfair to the opponents? I mean, yes, it is um, yeah, it is just a bot, and it's not supposed to be hard or whatever else, but I honestly don't know. A lot of the stuff I'm trying to say are just, you guys can probably easily update. I mean, don't stress yourselves and make it like one huge update or whatever. I mean, I've seen a lot of games that go for, wait, what? Okay, what's the point of coming over here? Again, there's still no music. Why? I don't understand. I legitly do not understand why there's no music. Okay, those things go by way too fast for me to read. Am I doing something wrong? Am I reading it? Am I incorrectly reading them? Or What? What's the point of this area? Just for 2 chests? 1 battle and... What? Okay. I'm guessing I'm supposed to go up in somewhere? Okay. Uploading. Cool. You guys are definitely gonna have to... So you want to go back. What's that supposed to mean? Oh. Go back to where? What? Okay, I don't understand these kind of battles. Really, I don't. Okay. Okay, I understand the cave is dark, and I understand the whole dark cave blah blah blah, but why does the battles have to be dark? Why can't we just watch the battles? I mean, what's... I don't know. It just makes me question. It just makes me question a point. What's the point of that? It's just not consistent with what you guys are trying to pour out for the cave. At least for the Steam version. I mean... If I have to grind, I'm not going to record grinding. I'm really not. Oh gosh. You know, I don't even know where this is taking me. Like, where am I going back to? Is it a place that I've already been? Is it a place that I'm... What? You know, that's kind of something you guys need to look at as well. Like if you're going to say go back to somewhere, make sure you say go back to said town instead of just saying go back. Because if I'm just going to be a little confused like this for reasons, just because it's funny or whatever else, why should I play? I mean, I'm legitimately not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be anything, but I'm just throwing out questions I would normally ask. Okay, like for most of these monsters right here, I'm sure you guys know what levels they go at, you developers. Like for Starro and Bomini, I would probably see their next evolution or want to see the next evolution by level 20. Nothing strong, nothing too overpowered, just a balance between their final form. Same with Peebly. Now, Berkshire, no complaints. He's strong enough for level 18, which I would normally expect for a weak, I guess you could say, weak character like that. Crabber, level 40. I mean, I would expect that anyways, normally, but you may want to slightly redesign that because that kind of looks almost unoriginal. Look at Krabby from Pokemon. Look at the lobster guys from Monster Answer. They both look like what they're trying to show, but are they what they are? To a point, yes. But, I mean, they're still somewhat non-original. I mean, it's not like they actually copy and pasted. I should say it doesn't look like they copy and pasted straight from nature, I should say. Now, normally for something right here, I would expect to see an item. Just a thought. Maybe add items along the way for your caves. Let's see. Let's see. Does a torch work? No. Also, make things noticeable. Honestly, I've seen that to be a problem in this game. I don't mean like make it like glaring obvious, but like in Pokemon and other games like that, you have Pokeballs showing like where things are. You have, of course, you have to figure out a way to get there, but it's not like smacking your face, nor is it like completely hidden away like a lot of the stuff. Holy fudge. Now, my question would be, you see 4 enemy. You know what? Hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. If you have an enemy of 4 or 5, my question is, how come you can't have 4 people out? Think about it. With the way the current battle system is, you can summon someone in place of your main character, which in my case would be Tiger Ban. You can have him in the back if it's a 4 or more battle. So that way you have 4 people fighting. What's the problem with that? He still gets the experience points, right? Am I completely misunderstanding your all's battle system, or what? Am I saying you guys should listen to every little thing I'm saying? No. Look, I'm just one simple gamer, honestly, who's played a fair amount of RPGs, or JRPGs as they're called. And some of the more successful ones, just look at the more successful ones. What did they do? What did they do right? What did they do wrong? Or what are some common complaints that they have? I mean, there are some games where I just Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Okay, I saw a little bit of animation right there, but again, I am playing in the dark for some weird reason. Um, Again, I don't know why. And my game froze. I don't know. I don't understand like why it's freezing and why it's not. I don't know if that's on my end or on the game's end or what. I mean, if it's on my end, fine. If it's not, I mean, let's learn inverted toss. Okay. I never really did like bind or bide in any game really. Wind force, oogle. It almost seemed like whenever I used oogle, it would cancel or it would. Let me rephrase. Anytime I used oogle, it would affect my team as well as the enemy team. I don't know if that's a bug or if anyone else has noticed that, but that's just something I've noticed. And you may also want to add a little bit of an animation like them jumping or something like that right there. Because seeing them just stand still while you're switching can get a little bit on the boring side. Now, I really have no idea where I'm going on. Holy fudge nutters. You know what? I'm going to use this. Then rock shot on that baddie. Definitely bubble. How come Shock Force only targeted one person by itself? I don't understand that. No, I mean I legitimately do not understand. Is that some kind of bug that you guys aren't taking care of? Here, let me do oogle and let me show you what it says. But failed. Palm strike, okay. Fight. Okay, so it appeared to fail, so I think I'll do harden, oogle, use mud shot. Not very effective, understandably so. Palm strike. Okay. So I couldn't show you oogle. And I know I could have shown it to you before this video started, or we continued, I should say. But I'm sorry I didn't. Okay, that wasn't too difficult, to be honest. Chroma Fields North. Game saved. Okay, how did I go down? I don't understand that. It should be... That road should be connecting right there. I mean, that's a little confusing. I don't know. You guys may want to look into that as a possible fix for later on. I don't know if that was intentional by you guys thinking I don't know what, but okay. Let's look right here. You see this maze right here? Last time I did this, my team got their butts kicked, and I think they were too high a level for starting out. For my character. So you may want to move that to a higher level area, because I don't know what the statistics are, but I'd say chances are if they were like me, they probably only grinded a little bit each time from each thing. Now I would love to see what your all's, uh, I guess, crafting system would be about. But if you pull it off right, you guys can make an excellent crafting system. Pull it off wrong, though, you could piss a lot of people off. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. Yes, we don't want. Good luck with you. What? Okay, so they're about level 15 for the first one. This is where I got my butt handed to me. This one, not so bad. But okay, there's a level 17 and that's level 17. What the frick? Look, I'm not saying this idea is wrong. I actually love the idea of having this here. My question, I guess my problem would be these things are slightly too high a level for starting out. How come she's like, I don't know, her animation just seems stiff, just like my main character. What's wrong with his body? It doesn't seem like he's moving right. Is that just me, or am I... What? I really don't know. I mean, it's stuff that I'm noticing. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna leave my advice and whatnot to your all's concepts. Biggest thing, your all's music really needs fixing. I mean, you guys can hear it right here, or can't hear it right here. Let's see, Ultra Strike. Might as well get rid of Smack. You may also want to have a little note system, like in the menus right here. I don't know what that question thing is for, but maybe have like right here for us players who've stayed with you for the Steam version or whatever, and say here's some notes that we've missed to tell you. And I don't know, make sure to have it for other new players. That would be, I would say, a really good idea to start out with. And how come it looks like I can switch my character, but when I do, it says it's not a monster? I mean, what's the point of that? I mean, am I It's not like I'm trying to do anything. I'm just trying to switch out. What the fudge? I'm just trying to understand how come that works like that. You may want to switch these around because that looks awfully big to transform into something a lot smaller. I don't know, just... I guess the phrase seems off would go well. Now, how come they get like that much stronger every time? I mean, if they're going to get this much stronger each time, what's the point of trying to do this? I have to grind a lot in order to get my team ready. I mean, am I really just not... Seriously, am I just not playing this game right? I mean, it would seem like that. At least my characters are getting a heck of a lot of experience. I mean, if this is your all's way of getting new players to play, then I don't know. It just seems kind of, I guess off would be the right term. Also, anyone who's watching this and listening to my complaints and advice to to the developers, please press like or downvote this video to let them know that I'm on the right track or not, because that would really help me a lot to know what you guys are thinking and to know if I'm actually thinking right about this. So after this battle, I'm going to stop this episode because there's kind of no point in me continuing on right now, at least. I mean, my crab guy's down. I know it's an 18 to a 23 or 22, whatever they were, but even he shouldn't be downed that fast. I looked at the stats and no. Okay. Horn swing. Town it. Or drown it. How come I can't choose which character? I didn't even choose Harden. Okay, Blondie. You may want to choose a different sound effect or animation for that, because anytime I hear that, I think I'm getting smacked or attacked from some other source outside of the poison. Um, Again, not that big of a deal, but it's something to look into. Maybe change charge ray and that to Brock. One last thing before I end this episode is that whenever my character dies, my main character, I can't use any items now. My question is why? I mean, yeah, of course the main character died, but he shouldn't even be in the battle anyways. You don't see any other NPC trainers in the battle. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, is it really that big of a deal? Learn slam. No. Alright, guys, so I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to save. So that's going to be my next episode for this. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Minimon episode. Bye-bye!